Let me see if I can retouch this. Yeah, retouch me. Live. That looks really bad. Oh my god. Damn, YouTube. Make me look horrible. Make me look horrible. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Hope everybody had a phenomenal July 4th. Everybody. About to start my call. How's everybody doing? What's up, guys? How we doing? Everybody doing all right? On the chat, put what you guys do on July 4th. Okay, we got our first question. Do you have any recommendations for starting an online fitness coaching business? Get a mentor. Absolutely get a mentor. You're going to be wasting time if you do not get a mentor. So get a mentor ASAP, because you're either going to be wasting money or wasting time, and time is more valuable than money. A mentor could be cheap. You know, my mentor, I'm a mentor myself, but I'm not taking any more mentorees. So I would recommend someone else. There's someone called Brian Mark. He's my mentor. He's extremely expensive, but there's like an entry level one that you can join for like a lower ticket offer. Go ahead and reach out to him. His Instagram is The Real Brian Mark. He's really good. Any other questions before we begin? All right. Oh, got my clients in here. Let's see. Rose, no problem, bro. Rose, you joined first. How we doing today, girl?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I am doing phenomenal. Share a win with me, girl.
Okay. Even though it was 4th of July weekend, barbecues all weekend.
Barbecue?
Still, oh yeah, literally every day was a barbecue. Still ate healthy, still ate good.
Love that. What were some of the challenges that came to your attention dealing with it?
The workouts in the weekend, like going for a walk or like doing some type of workout only because I wasn't at my house. I was at my family and friend's house, and it was just hard to like move around. Like I had to tell my man, okay, can you just take care of the baby for like 10 minutes so I can go like walk down the block at least, and it's not even my neighborhood.
I love that.
That was a little bit of a challenge, but
Rose, was that one of your like non-negotiables for the weekend?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And on top of that, I had to move some of my workouts to the next day. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna have to do that. I have no choice. So the following day, I don't know if you noticed, but I had to walk 3 times. So I just did it all in one, and I just marked completed for the other 2. Because I went to like a water park with her, and all I did was walk and run, and we were like doing so much, activities at the park.
Yeah.
So I was like, this counts as walking. All I'm doing is walking and running around everywhere with her. So I counted that as one workout instead of doing all three walks like at the same time.
Absolutely, that counts on my book.
Yeah.
That's a huge one, Rose. I appreciate that. And you applied, and guys, she applied the anchor habit. You're non-negotiable for the weekend. I love that. Rose.
For sure. Tried really hard.
What was the best thing you ate this weekend? Talk to me.
Best thing I ate.
It could be good or it could not be good. It's okay.
Churrasco.
Churrasco? You can't go wrong with churrasco. Was it with some chimichurri sauce?
I actually don't like chimichurri sauce. I like it plain. I know that sounds weird.
Not weird at all.
I like it plain.
I love it. That's good. I always say that if a steak needs some type of sauce, it's not a good steak.
Yeah.
So, I believe you. That's good.
It was nice and tender, just ready to like rip off.
Mm,
So it was perfect.
that's the best. You're making me hungry. Rose, do you have any questions for me before we move on?
I actually do. So it's kind of strange. So I weighed myself the other day and
Yeah.
it looks like I gained 1 pound, but I don't really feel it. Now, obviously, I'm not going to feel it. I'm not going to notice it either. But I did notice I wore something on Saturday, something I haven't worn in a really, really long time. And instead of fitting me tight, it was loose.
Mm,
So I was like, okay, well, I gained 1 pound, but it's not showing yet.
mm-hmm.
Is it maybe like a muscle pound? Like I'm trying to figure out like where did I gain that?
Absolutely. That's such a common question, Rose. And think about it like this: when your body is adjusting to a training program specifically made for your body type,
Yeah.
your body is like in such shock that if you're doing everything correctly, which it sounds like you are, which you have been, you've been sleeping well, you've been eating well, and you've been exercising regularly and putting in some steps,
Yeah.
you're going to be burning a lot of calories. Hence, you're going to be burning fat. And at the same time, you're going to be building a little bit of muscle.
I figured that, but I was like, let's just talk to you about it. Make
Yeah.
sure I'm not like gaining weight all of a sudden and I'm doing something wrong.
Absolutely. So there's this misconception where some people say that muscle and fat weighs the same. That's absolutely wrong. They do not weigh the same. However, they have the same density. Density meaning the muscle will take up less space in your body and fat will take up more space in your body. So if you ever gain, let's say 5 pounds of fat, that's huge in significance between a size small to a size medium. But if you gain 5 pounds of muscle, you're most likely still going to be a small and the clothes is still going to be fitting different. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So if anything, that is good news. The more muscle you have, the more calories you will burn. So
Okay, good. I was over here like, oh my God, am I like not doing something right?
No, absolutely not, Rose. And if anything, that's why I really stress not to put too much emphasis on the scale.
Yeah.
Because this is what happens. Like if people are not properly informed and they don't have a trainer like you do, they'll be like, oh my God, I'm doing everything correctly and I'm still gaining weight. I give up on everything, and then they're not sure. Does that make sense?
I actually bought like a little measurement thing to start measuring my waist. So I'm going to start doing that.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
And that's a good point, Rose, because now going forward, I'm not sure if you've, I haven't checked the progress reports yet, but if you have not filled out the progress report, fill it out. Okay, perfect. Mm-hmm. And going forward, all progress reports going forward, I'm going to require each of you guys to, if you guys don't have a smart scale, there's a link inside the progress report where you can calculate your own body fat percentage based on your height, your age, your weight, and measuring your neck and measuring your waist.
Okay.
So if you don't have a smart scale, that's another way to calculate your body fat percentage. And then that would allow you to plug it into the progress report so that me and Aaron, we can both have a meeting and we can start manipulating your calories a little bit more so that you can continue seeing results. So that's good that you got your measurement tape.
I have that scale you were talking about. I just can't seem to figure it out. But if you're gonna have that already, then I'd rather just return it and just do what you have. Because it's so confusing.
Huh. Did I end up giving you the instructions to link it?
I think you did, and I think I unlinked it and tried to resync it again, and it was just giving me an error. So I wasn't sure maybe if it was the actual scale, could have been a manufacturer or something, or maybe I downloaded the wrong app. Because there's also an app that I can download it for it. But I'm gonna see if my man can like take a look at it, see if he can like figure it out for me. Because I haven't, it's just sitting in my living room.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna resend you the instructions through the app.
Okay.
And let me know if it does work. And if it doesn't work, then yeah, I think that would be the best route. It could be just a manufacturing issue.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, perfect. Phenomenal. Congratulations, though.
Thank you.
Okay. Uche, my girl Uche, what's going on, girl?
Hi, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal. How about you, girl? Are you walking and on and streaming on TikTok again?
Not today. Today I'm like heading home from church right now, and I have work at 3, so I will not be streaming today. But another day, I'll be back on Friday for sure.
I love that. Give me a win, girl.
Well, my win, you already know my win. I walked on Friday, the longest I ever did on live. I did like 5.33 miles in one sitting. So it took like an hour, 50 minutes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like the longest I've walked myself, like when I go for a walk on my own. And I did it without stopping too. Like I walked the entire almost 2 hours without stopping.
I love that.
Yeah, which is really, really good for me. And my pace like has improved over the last like few months. Like I think I started somewhere around like 22 minutes per mile, I guess. And I'm somewhere around like hovering between like 1954 and like 2010. So it's improving. I'm getting faster.
That is a huge difference.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
It's
Have you been feeling how have you been feeling during your walks?
I definitely like if I do it, I've been trying to do my walks. That person just ran a red light. Wonderful. Sorry. I during my walk I've been feeling really good. I've had energy. I definitely like if I'm doing a longer walk like that, I know I need to eat something beforehand. Like typically I like will do like fasted cardio. So I won't eat something and I'm fine.
Yeah.
But like on a longer walk like that, I notice like towards the end I'm definitely like more tired. And so so I was like, okay, I need to eat something a little before one of those longer walks. But when I do like a quicker one, like 30 minutes or like 50 minutes, I feel fine. And it's definitely like nicer to see that pace is getting better.
Absolutely.
Which is improvement. Yeah.
I love that, Uche. I love it. Make me proud, girl. Especially with those TikToks.
Thank you.
Those streams are crazy. I didn't know you were a celebrity, Uche. I didn't know you were a celebrity, girl.
I'm just trying to grow my little following over there.
I love it.
Talking about putting my things together.
I love it. Make me proud. I love it, Uche.
Thank you.
Uche, do you have any questions for me before we move on?
It was a really good week this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would agree. You did phenomenal this week. Like all the coaches was raving about you this week, that you were extremely active this week specifically.
Yeah. I spent, I think something that helped me was like last weekend, I spent like time kind of just like dialing in because like, I had that injury, like, was that a week and a half ago?
Yeah.
And so I really like knew, I was like, okay, I'm like back at it this week. I really want to like focus and dial in. So I like looked at my calendar and was like, okay, I need to move these workouts here based on my schedule.
Yeah.
And I really was just trying to keep myself accountable. Also having the challenge was really helpful because I was like, oh, I want to hit my 10K steps so I can get extra points. So that was like definitely really good. And I was proud of myself for getting to where I ended the Stars and Stripes challenge.
Yeah.
And so I just want to keep that energy up. And I know, not every week will be like that, but it feels really good to have a solid week. And it is interesting because I did weigh myself this morning, and I was also up like almost a pound, like from Thursday. And I looked at it and I was like, okay, but I was like, I'm not frustrated by the number.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, I have been putting in the work. I have been walking. I have been, like, even my body fat went up a little bit, but I also know, like, my body's been going through some things for the last few days. So I'm like, I'm not stressing about it. And because I still feel good.
Yeah.
Like, I've been sore all week from all the workouts I'm doing. So I know I'm putting in the work and it feels good.
I love that, Uche. And I love that you are becoming a lot more self-aware that there's obviously different factors besides the scale. Like the feeling factor is extremely important. So that's really good that you're applying that.
I'm trying. I think my next thing to really focus on is my sleep. My sleep is like my hard part. I'm usually averaging like 6 hours of sleep. Last night I did 7.5, so I'm proud of myself for that.
Uche, talk to me about the sleep.
The week, it's like harder for me. Routine that will get. Yeah, I'm trying to get myself on a night routine that will help me like settle down, because I think I like usually don't go to sleep till like 11, and then I'm trying to get up at like 5:45, 6. And so that's the plan. So I'm trying to like see, okay, I need to like be off my phone by 10.
Okay.
And then like, so I'm going to try that this week. It's like be off my phone by 10, I like go brush my teeth, like wash my face, and then get in bed and like read a book, because like I have a goal this month that I want to finish like reading one book.
I love that.
And so I'm like, the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I like get off my phone, stop doing things around the house. Like I literally have to just like stop everything at 10 p.m. and know that like my day is done. Like I just have to do that and have that be my wind down time instead of being on my phone. And winding down that way, because then I'm more tempted to like be up scrolling.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal idea, Uche. That's a like phenomenal idea. You hit it. You hit the pin right on the head. I'm curious. When is the last time you eat?
So it depends. I think like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like with my work schedule, sometimes I don't get home till like 7:15, 7:20. So like I'm trying to eat when I get home, but then it's like sometimes I'm like, wait, I need to get in a walk. So then like especially if it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have to like go upstairs for work at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm eating at like 8:15.
Okay.
So I know you're not supposed to go to sleep like immediately after, like you need to like wait a few hours before you go to sleep.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like trying not to sleep till 11. So I'm trying to time everything, and it's kind of hard.
I hear you. Okay, so you'd eat approximately between 8 to 9, and you're still going to sleep at 11. I mean, that's not too bad. Yeah. So before even changing anything, I think the next factor that you can add is just the screen time, like you were mentioning, and just add that book. I think that should make a major difference, because it's not like you're eating right before you go into sleep at all. So
yeah,
I have no comment on that. I was just curious to see if maybe there's other factors. I think that might be a huge lift on you, and you might get the 6 hours might be just fine. However, you might just get deeper sleep because you're not on the screen right before you go to bed anymore.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, depending on the day, like I'll have like, a little treat or something, or have some like popcorn or something before bed. I need to get protein bars because at least that I know, like if I like have something, if I need something like sweet, I usually get like a cookies and cream, like Bear Bells bar. And that like curbs my
Appetite.
like, sweet tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because that's always been my struggle is my sweet tooth and like eating something late at night. But I've been doing much better with that over the last few weeks. I've noticed like I haven't been craving things super late, or if I do, like I'll have like popcorn has been a thing, or like I'll get like a handful of nuts, so it's like healthy fats or something. So I'm slowly making progress.
Uche, you're on track. That's the most important part. You're on track right now, and I love how you're taking the initiative to start factoring other things rather than stressing out. So you're doing the perfect continuation of steps of changing things so that you could get some proper sleep. So I wouldn't change a thing. I'm curious to know how your sleep will improve by next week. I would love to chat by next Sunday and see what has been the difference that you've been noticing, because it's just a reminder. It's not going to be a major difference between 24 hours, but it's going to compound in time after a few days, and you're going to start feeling rested. If you really apply yourself by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, You're going to feel a lot more rest and a lot more energized throughout the day as well.
Yeah, because usually by Friday I'm like done. Like I'm so tired, which makes sense because it's been like a full week of work and and workouts. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what my energy levels look like and feel like after a week of trying this. So I'm gonna do my best to put that phone down.
You got this, Uche.
Thank you.
You got this. I'll make sure I'll make sure to check in with you throughout the day to make sure you're on top of the phone thing. All right, perfect. Uche, is there anything else that I can support you with?
Yeah, we just talked about the sleep thing. And I think my biggest struggle. I think also, okay, so Aaron, he just like adjusted my macros at the start of the week.
Yeah.
And I noticed now, so like before, my struggle was like getting enough protein in. Now I feel like my carbs, I'm not eating enough carbs because we adjusted it. So I'm like, I don't know if I think this week also though, I like know when it comes to like having snacks and stuff available, I like just didn't have time to go to the grocery store. So I was just like kind of eating whatever I had, like the little things that I had around. But yesterday I went grocery shopping. So I think I'm more prepared this week and I will probably hit my nutrition goal. But I think maybe if there's like, what are like random snacks and things that are helpful to keep you like full, but also like help you, I don't know, hit those goals. So I feel like sometimes I have a struggle figuring out what kind of things to eat.
Uche, you mentioned that you're a sweets person, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweets. All right. I'll have Aaron. I actually have a meeting with Aaron in the next hour, so I'll have Aaron send you a nice little like sweets protein cheat sheet for you.
Okay, that would be helpful.
Got you, girl.
Thank you.
No problem at all. Much love. My boy Alan, what's going on, boy?
Hello. How are you?
How we doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal.
That's great.
Share hold on. How was your July 4th, bro?
It was very relaxing. Kind of just spent it catching up on rest. Not that I lost any, but I definitely wanted to sleep a bit more, especially after this week of workouts. I don't know why, but I was like, especially sore after leg day. I genuinely felt it throughout I want to say Friday or Saturday. So I was like, let me just sleep a bunch. But yeah.
That's good to know, bro. I was really focused on getting you sore for your workouts this week. You know, the feedback of the intensity, like 5 out of 10s, kind of hurting my ego a little bit. I'm like, you know what? Let me get this guy a little bit more intensity.
I don't know how to think about this scale, how to rate as necessarily. I do find I'm definitely like being challenged and like sweaty and tired as ever when I'm all done. But I don't know. I guess I can try to like be like, oh, because I don't want to think of anything as hard necessarily because like I did it, right? I did it. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to kind of gauge where to go with it. But for me, if I get the challenge, then I guess it's not so bad. I don't know. And I don't want to think of my workouts as very hard, if that makes sense. You know, I want to think of them as like it's challenging, but like I got through it.
That's a good mindset. I love that. That's a phenomenal mindset. So a nice gauge, just to give you a little bit more feedback on that, just so that it could help me help you going forward. And I'm gonna change my wording because it shouldn't be hard. It should be challenging, just like you mentioned. 10 out of 10 would be like you've been challenged to the max to the point where you barely survived. Okay. And it was like, Brian, I saw the light and I barely made it, but I survived. Okay. A 5 would be like it was somewhat challenging. And 1 is like, Brian, I'm falling asleep here. You're slacking.
Okay, that's a better. With that kind of framing, I could definitely think better about it then.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Do we have any more wins for you, bro, for the week?
Well, I started running again last week. On the weekends at least. So I ran 2 days last week, Saturday, Sunday, and then I ran today and yesterday. I normally do it when when it gets warmer. I try to run for like the whole spring or summer, but with your program especially, like it's I've just been like a bit sore, so I've gotten into it late this time, but I definitely started incorporating it. Hopefully, I don't know, it helps me get hungrier and gives me something to do on the weekends, especially. But yeah.
That's actually really good that you mentioned that, Alan. So it's good that you're adding something like this because then this will kind of help you incorporate a little bit more foods throughout your day and give you a little bit more flexibility on that. So you could potentially add more protein, more carbs into your intake so that we could even build more muscle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's really good that you're even implementing something like this. How often throughout the week are you going to be trying to implement this, just so I could have more context?
Oh no, just on the weekends.
Okay. Oh, that's perfect.
Just because, it would be nice if I could do it after some workouts during the week, but honestly, I get up at 4.
Yep.
You go to the gym, so like I've already like devoted so much time, so it's hard to like squeeze something else in there. But it's definitely something I can do on like Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, that's perfect. All right. Yeah. That's fine. That is no more, no less. That is perfect, bro.
Cool.
Phenomenal, Alan. Alan, is there anything I can support you with, or do you have any questions before I move on?
No, it's not the same.
Phenomenal, brother. Proud of you. I'm here rooting for you, G.
Thank you.
My girl Talia, how we doing, girl?
We're good. We're over here on the
The
honeymoon.
fam, what's going on? The newlyweds.
Hello.
Where
Yeah.
are you guys at?
We're at Bungalows in Key Largo, Florida.
Wow, nice. That is
Yeah.
phenomenal.
It's nice.
Listen, I saw the picture that you guys posted on the community chat. It got me a little teary eye. I'm not gonna lie.
So you see some of the photos.
You see Natty at your
Oh, Natty got very emotional.
Really?
Which shocked me, but it was really awesome seeing how big my family was and how well the wedding turned out. It made the week of wedding
crazy week.
that was
Honestly,
chaotic
crazy week.
worth it.
Well worth it, right? Oh man, that's phenomenal.
Yeah,
All worth it.
it made it so worth it. Like seeing everything at the end, I was just like, okay, now this was worth all the running around and feeling overwhelmed.
So crying.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it was good. We decided to hop on today because we know one of our dinner reservations later this week on Wednesday is at 8, so we won't be able to join that call.
that's perfect.
We wanted to hop on it to at least one this week.
I love it. That's perfect. I love
We're
it.
still gonna be hitting the gym though.
Yes.
Look at that.
That we would go at least 3 times this week.
Wow. So that sounds like a nice little that sounds like a habit that's a non-negotiable for you guys, huh? For this week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's our non-negotiable.
Your anchor habit. I love it.
Oh, how beautiful. You should see
Oh, you broke in and out. Can you repeat that again, Ivan?
it.
The lobby looks so nice. He can't wait to see how the gym looks.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that, bro. That is phenomenal. All right, so look,
Yeah.
our dream couple, they just got married this past weekend. They have a non-negotiable to still hit the gym during their honeymoon throughout the week. Minimum 3 times a week. That is phenomenal. Look at you guys. And plus we have Ivan, our superstar here, who won the Stars and Stripes challenge. Congratulations, brother. We're gonna have to talk about our oh no. It's all right. They'll see it on the replay. We're gonna have to talk about our spa day when you guys do come back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. That's phenomenal. Do you guys have any other wins you guys want to share?
I have to say, I'm actually surprised at like how amazing the staff was to remind me to eat during my wedding day. So like being able to stay hydrated, like they were bringing me cups of water galore. Like I told them that was the one thing I wanted to make sure I did my wedding day, and they were helping me reach that goal.
I love
Just
that.
staying hydrated and staying well fed.
Yeah, they were really on top of that.
Yeah.
I can't say anything
Yeah.
wrong about them, honestly. Everything was from the beginning to the end was tip top.
Yeah, so that helped me stay with my goal that week. Because that week, as I like told you and Aaron, like I really wanted to make sure I stay hydrated
Mhm.
because of everything being super busy. I kept on like getting detoured, and people around me kept on having to remind me to make sure I drank my water.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And bro, Ivan, that suit was fire, G.
Bro, that suit was nuts.
That suit was fire.
And it looked even better now because of the fact of how much I lost.
Yeah. That suit
Before
was
I was
fire.
looking very panzón. And I was looking very, slim.
He looked very
Good.
good in that suit.
Bro, you look good, bro. You look good. I can't complain. You look phenomenal. All right, guys. Is there anything I can support you guys with, especially for this week coming up with the honeymoon? Any questions before we move on?
I know for my end, there's not that many questions. Like it's been pretty straightforward as far as like my workout plan and how I'm feeling. Like I'm feeling pretty good. A little bit more hungry than usual, but
I'm the opposite right now. I've been having no appetite the last couple of days. It's been horrible, but
Really?
it's coming back little by little.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, I feel like it was just.
It was the anxiety and nerves, you know. Even at the wedding, I was like picking at the food, you know, because I was like, I don't want to really eat too much.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
But I definitely feel like for me, like there's really nothing like you guys have been absolutely amazing with answering our questions right away whenever we needed them. And with adjusting our plans the way we need them during the week when we ask those questions.
I love that. I appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. All right. Perfect. All right. So, guys, I know that we just finished the Star Stripes and Sweat Challenge. Okay. And what I want to emphasize is that you guys are part of the 1% because most people don't finish what they start. You guys started on the challenge. You guys completed the challenge. You guys were consistent with the challenge. And 99% of the people do not finish what they start, even if it's a very simple challenge. Okay, but you did. Even if you weren't perfect, you showed up, you stayed engaged, and you made progress. That's what this community is about. And the caveat is that most people crash after the challenge. And that's something that I want to be honest about. They crash after the challenge and then they wait until the next challenge that comes up to stay consistent. Okay? And they finish the challenge, they go right back to their old routine, no structure, no urgency, and no game plan. They kind of just like go off the rails. And that typically leads to gaining the weight back, losing momentum, and then quitting until typically in the next 2 months. And that's what, in fall, because it's July. So I want to emphasize that this challenge wasn't the peak. It was the warm-up, because I have something even bigger planned for the next challenge. Okay? So I want to give you guys some sauce before we hop off, because there was a lot of phenomenal wins that I heard on this call. Okay? And it kind of played onto some of the clients here on this call where they had non-negotiables, anchoring a habit. Okay, so now what I want to do, we already anchored one habit. Now I want to pick 2 habits that you'll commit to this month, no matter what. 2 habits that you'll commit to no matter what. It could be 10K steps. It could be 3 workouts a week, like Talia and Ivan just mentioned. It could be protein in every meal. It could be checking into the app 5 times a week. These are non-negotiables and commitment to yourselves, so that you guys won't hop off the railings after this challenge. Lock those in and build your life around them, not the other way around. I don't want them to be your end-all be-all and you trying to be the perfect person. Okay? Number 2, on top of the anchoring of the habits, is aim for 80%. Don't aim for 100%. Don't aim to become the perfect person, the perfect client inside the training program, because that's not sustainable. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be relentlessly consistent. And if you're hitting your goals at 80% of the time, you will transform. This comes with experience of 13 years. I've seen people literally try to be 100% in the first month. I mean, look at this guy's arm. It's crazy. It's crazy. Look at him. So I've seen people literally try to put in 100% in the first month, the first 2 months, and then they crash. If you just give 80%, it's more consistent in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, in the next year. Okay? The third piece of advice is the reset rule. Anytime you have a party, anytime you have a trip, anytime you have a honeymoon, anytime you have a meal off plan, a cheat meal, hydrate. Drink some water, just like Uche does. She's been applying that. Do the walks, just like Rose has. Or even the runs, just like Alan has. Get right back to your next meal or your workout. No starving and no guilt. Just reset and go. Does that make sense? Put yes on the chat if this makes sense. Yes on the chat if this makes sense. Okay, why? Because the difference between people who maintain the results and people who keep starting over is exactly this. Is the 99%. 99% of people, they start something and then they quit right after. They wait for their motivation. Motivation comes and goes. It's all about the consistency here. Okay? Do not rely on motivation. Rely on systems. Systems come from these anchor habits, these 2 anchor habits that you're going to promise yourself in. Okay? Instead of being perfect at 100%, be at 80%. And reset after events, July 4th, honeymoons, barbecues, things like this. All right? So I want you to drop in the chat right now, in the chat, on the Zoom, what is your 1 or 2 non-negotiables for July? Your 1 or 2 non-negotiables for July before we hop off. Your 1 or 2 non-negotiables for July. It's not only for me, but it's commitment and manifesting what you're putting into this world right now. You're putting this energy out there. You are committing to this for this month. I'll give you guys a few seconds. Lock that in. Screenshot it if you have to. That's your standard for the next 30 days, people. Screenshot it. Lock it in. Save it. Put it in your notes. Do what you got to do. That's your standard for the next 30 days. Okay, someone says going to the gym and staying consistent. I love that. Alan, checking in my walking, increasing protein. Good. Talia says 3 times a week workout, checking in on the app at least 4 to 5 times a week. That's phenomenal. Okay, so what's coming next? I don't want to put too much emphasis on this because it's the beginning of July, but our next challenge is going to be huge. I'm not saying too much yet. It's serious. There's going to be new challenges, more surprise giveaways, and it's only for the people who stay consistent through July. If you ghost, don't come crawling back when your summer body is hiding behind your excuses. Stay consistent. You've already proven to yourself and to me, and most importantly to your family, to your friends, to your partners, you've already proven you can show up. Now it's time to level up and stay consistent, stay locked in. So this commitment that you just put on the chat is for you. Uche says work out 3 times a week and sleeping better this week. I love that. You didn't come this far just to go back to normal. You came this far to go further than you have ever been before. Let's fucking kill it, July. I'm proud of all of you. All right? And I hope you guys have the best Sunday of your life. Do we have any questions? Put yes or no on the chat. Anyone on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube? Any questions at all? Any questions at all? Give you guys a few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm so proud of this. Look at this. Look at my fam over here. That's what we do. All right, guys, I love you all. Let's kill it for this month. Goodbye. Peace out, people. Peace out, people. Peace out, people. Love you. Let's stop the streaming.